Yes, sir, baby. On the radar radio. Yo, this is a very special day for me. We have a legend on Zoom right here. The legend himself, Afrojack, is in the building. What's up, bro?
What up? What up? How are you?
Man, I'm so excited to have you on the show. First and foremost, congratulations. You know what I'm saying? We got the Grammys coming up soon. You got a Grammy nomination this year. It's incredible. How are you feeling to be nominated once again? This is your fourth nomination, too, correct?
I think I don't remember something like that, but yeah, it's good. It's good, especially for a record like that because we did not expect at all to get nominated for this one.
Why did you feel like this one would get nominated? I feel like it's a smash. It's so good.
Yeah, but it's like old school. It's like old school dance, and everyone was doing like the interesting, gloomy stuff, very dark, like The Business or Roofs to Soul, were also nominated in the same genre. So we did not expect it to be nominated, but apparently people love the positivity, so it's great. And then I think the other one was also with David for a remix we did for Madonna. And
Mhm.
I had a nomination for Look at Me Now with Chris Brown, where I did the beat for it. It was cool.
Legendary. I when I was in high school, I used to be able to rap the whole Busta Rhymes part on that record.
Yeah, it's crazy. I actually like. I love Busta. We hang out many times, but one time we were at Mansion. It's way back in the day, Mansion, Miami, and he was out of it, and he tried to rap the part, and he couldn't figure it out. Yo, that was awkward as hell. That was like most awkward moment in my whole career to see him not make it. But then later, like another day, he did make it, and it was epic.
It's not an easy thing to rap. There's a lot of breath control that goes into that
Yeah,
record.
but that's the thing. Like I wonder when he wrote it, did he really think like, oh, I'm gonna perform this every night wherever I am? Like the most difficult part I know.
And he didn't like when he recorded it, he was like, you know what, this is gonna be a big record, but I don't think, like you said, I don't think he expected it to be like, oh, I'm gonna be performing this for like the rest of my career type, situation like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, congratulations. And what I love about the record is, like you said, like it's a very like old school type of like dance theme to it. And I feel like, but that's why I think people gravitated towards it. And I think that's why people loved it so much, because I feel like it brought back a different type of sense to the music than the other songs in that category, like you were mentioning.
Yeah, well, that was the idea behind it for us. Like it's like how can you be original when everyone's so busy trying to be original and just like just be real. And that's what we did with that record. Like, what do we really want? We want old school, big build up, big drop shit like we can play at the festivals.
Right. And I feel like, even, with the legendary career you've had, you're at a point now where you can have that freedom to pretty much do whatever you want and kind of take it back and be able to experiment and kind of put these
Yeah.
things out into the world now.
Yeah, that's like the nicest thing about being in this position. You're not bound to your last single. Like a lot of times, especially when you're just getting started,
Mm.
like your ticket sales will be dependent on the success of your current single. And like now I've been doing this for like what, 15 years.
Mm.
And it's just like if I put out a single and it hits, great. And if it doesn't hit, no one cares. There's like enough old singles to go through in my sets. Everyone's happy as long as the live shows are fun. Like if people lose their shit, they have the most amazing party of their life. They're happy.
And then if you get nominated for another Grammy and you win another Grammy,
It's a nice extra. It's a nice extra. It's like definitely. Well, the interesting thing about the Grammy, it's an amazing extra press wise. It's a great look, but all those people that decide what happens in the Grammys, they make up the American music industry. So when they select you to be nominated, that means they are on your side. That's way more important than the actual look of the nomination. Just the fact that all these people, I would love to thank them one by one, but it's like secret who it is. But these people, like they're like the what do you call it? They're like the Illuminati of the music industry, you know. And it's everyone. It's writers, it's singers, it's producers, it's Grammy nominated artists. But it's also like the people that do the press, people that work at Billboard, people that work at Rolling Stone. It's like so many people from different layers, and you don't know who it is. So that's why it's great to get that support.
Nah, facts. And again, congratulations. I'm going to be rooting for you that night. And you were kind of talking a little bit about performing in the live festivals. And I know you have a couple festivals coming up. We got Ultra on the way. We got Tomorrowland on the way. How are you feeling? Because, like, you know what I'm saying? We're at a point now back in the world where we can have these festivals, we can have them, do them safely, we could be back together and enjoy it. How are you feeling now that, you know, you're back in performing and back getting to be outside with the people?
I'm ready. It's very simple. I'm ready. I performed I'm going to do Ultra Melbourne in 2 weeks. I'm doing EDC Mexico. I'm doing EDC Mexico this Friday.
Nice.
Then I'm going to Italy for a few days, and then the next weekend I'm gonna play in Melbourne, Australia. So it's like fucking crazy flights and shit, but it's fine. But 2 years ago, I played Ultra Melbourne, and I remember seeing all the shit of COVID happening at that time. And it's somewhere in my set it got recorded, but I said, yo, this is the last party on the planet. Like, you people are the last people on the planet that are having a party right now. So it makes a fucking noise. Like, they scream.
Yeah.
And then a week later, everything was shut down around the world. That's when like the first like official pandemic got called out,
right,
and all the lockdowns started happening, bro. It was crazy. And now I'm going there again to celebrate the reopening of everything. So it's beautiful to see everything come together.
It's crazy how like the universe works like that and comes around like full circle to now that you're, you know, before it was a time when things were starting to get shut down. And then now it's like, all right, cool. We're celebrating being back together finally.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, so what this week that I'm dropping this, we have an incredible record coming out. You know, obviously I mentioned before, obviously you and David Guetta are nominated for the Grammy, but you guys have this collab coming out, Trampoline, with Missy Elliott, Bia, and Doechii.
Yep.
What an amazing collaboration between the five of y'all. How did this record come about?
Actually, it's the same like with Hey Mama. Like David's always like going around the world, talking to all these people, getting all these crazy ideas, getting these crazy records together. And then he calls me, he's like, yo, it needs to be crazier. Can you make it like that? And then I work on it, I send him the beat back, and he flipped out. And the funniest shit was when we did Hey Mama together, I sent it back to him, and it's like, brother, this is fire. This is amazing. He has this French accent. Like, this is insane. And I'm like, okay, cool. I don't know. Like, I'm not an A&R. Like, I love producing beats, but I don't know what's a hit and what's not. That's David's thing. So the same thing happened with this record. Like, I worked on it, flipped it, sent it back to him. He's like, oh my God, brother, this is crazy. I'm like, okay, cool. You do your thing with it. You do your magic. So yeah, I love the way we work together. And it's not like there's never ego thing. It's always about the record. And that's also what I learned from David is like, listen to the people involved. Listen to the people you're playing it to. Like, do they like it? Do they not like it? There's never an excuse for someone not liking your record. It's like, yeah, but this is not the final mix. No, bro, you gotta do better. So it's good to have another record with David, and this time with Missy Elliott, who's a legend. I grew up on her music, so I'm very honored just to have a record with her.
No, to add like Bia and Doechii to the mix, like, you know, some younger artists, you know, it's beautiful because you're also giving them like the opportunity to work with, you know, like EDM legends like you and David. And then on top of that, getting to work with like a legend like Missy, it's like, whoa, like that's a big opportunity for them. So it's really cool to see you giving back to like younger artists in that way too.
Yeah, that's what David, I used to be signed to David like 10 years ago. So it's like a standard for David to always like make room for the younger artists and build them up.
Right. And I know you have, you know, you also do a lot of great work with younger artists with wall recordings and whatnot. What are kind of like when you take on a new artist and we start mentoring them and you kind of start guiding them, what are some of like the first steps that you kind of like, or like some of the first things that you try to instill in them?
Well, like what I just said, like, you don't know shit, shut the fuck up. I don't know shit, you don't know shit. No one knows shit. That's like how it starts. And that's something like a lot of people, they think, yeah, but I watched this tutorial. And it's like, bro, okay, cool. You want to go make tutorials? Make tutorials. Or you want to make records. You want to get played on the radio. You want to sell tickets. You want to DJ. And this is a thing a lot of people, especially in the music industry, like they don't realize. People are honest. Especially nowadays, like your music gets the chance. So if they don't like it, if you get like a low or a high skip rate on Spotify, it's not Spotify that removes the record. It's the people. They choose to skip it because they are annoyed or they don't like it or whatever the reason is. Same thing with TikTok. If your record doesn't go viral, it's not because you didn't do the right dance moves. It's because people didn't like the song as much. So there's no excuses, basically. That's what it starts with. And then everything after that, from the moment they open to that, then it becomes a lot easier to learn. But that's like the first step of everything. Like, you gotta know there are no excuses for your shit not being good. And there are definitely no excuses for you not becoming better. Like, if you have a laptop, anything that can run FL Studio, and you have the internet, you're good. That's all you need. That's how I started. You download everything illegally. Not saying you should. I would never condone that. No. Yeah.
Don't do that, people. He's not saying it.
Do what you need to do. Do what you need to do. And then make dope shit. And if you don't know how to make dope shit, look at how dope shit is made and learn. And that's also a thing. A lot of people don't know. My wife just walked by. She said hi.
Hi. What up?
A lot of people, they don't know. Like, they don't want to look at dope shit because they think it makes them unoriginal. No, you got to learn. Hi. Want to say hi? My wife's very hot. My wife's very hot. So it's no, but you know, like, yes, later, Bobby. I love you. So I got distracted for a second. What was I saying? Yeah, so
no excuses.
No excuses, and pay attention. There's like never an excuse not to pay attention. It's like, if a record was a hit, why was it a hit? Study the record. This is like, it's very interesting to me when people are speaking about business, like a company, they make a business plan. When you make, when you're looking at your financial stuff, you make a plan. But when you are trying to find a girl that you like, or you want to approach a girl that you like, or you're trying to follow your passion, everything should come from the heart, and you should stop using your brain. It's like backwards as fuck. Oh, I really love this. I'm gonna stop thinking. It's like the worst thing you could possibly do. Now, well, you can, but like, there's a very big chance you're not gonna find the success that you want. You're not gonna find the career that you want like that.
Right. I think that's great advice. Shit. I like how you start off with like, you don't know shit.
Oh,
you don't know
that's
shit.
What it started with. Bro, I had a conversation with one younger producer, and it was about stereo imaging. And he told me, like, yeah, it needs to be stereo because the sound needs to be wide, and then blah, blah, blah. He was telling me all this shit about stereo imaging. I said, first of all, you're not a mixer. The people you're learning from are YouTube tutorial makers that are also not like mixers or anything. And third of all, no one gives a fuck if your record is a stereo or mono. If it's dope, they will like it. Most people listen to music now on an iPhone speaker. It's like, they don't care about the stereo image. Yeah, but I bend the drums to the left and the guitar to the right. It's like, cool, man. No one likes your record. This doesn't matter. And that's like, that's the thing. Like, when you spend too much time on details that no one cares about, you're going to get stuck being a detail guy, which is also nice. Like, when I started, definitely it would be a dream to be an engineer or a mixer, being able to work in these crazy studios with these crazy artists. But I think the main dream for everyone is becoming a successful producer that can produce what he loves and perform if he wants to. Not even necessary, you know?
Right. I think that's great advice. So kind of bouncing off that, I also want to ask, what do you feel like is like the future of dance music? Like, where do you see it going? Where do you see the future going in the next like couple years?
House. House. Like, dance music is going full circle. All the basic stuff has been played out. Like, I loved it. Don't get me wrong. I loved the whole big room thing and everything that happened in the last, like, say 2010 to 2020. But I think it's like oversaturated. There's only so many things you can do with a big gig. And now you really start noticing it's going back to more clubby stuff, more housey stuff. You saw like David Morales got sampled in the Skrillex J Balvin song. It's like people feeling those vibes. And what I loved about that record, it crossed over between Latino and house. And like, there's like this unexpected mix that's about to happen that's just going to become standard. You get like this Latin house explosion you had back in 2005 with Bob Sinclair that everyone was playing, also especially in Miami.
Right. That's beautiful. I agree. I noticed like the Latin industry really starting to kind of gravitate towards that too a
Yeah.
little bit.
Well, you hear Pepas. Pepas is
Papas, yeah.
basically like there's still some EDM in there, but if you take out the bleepy sound, it's just a dope record. Sort of like the In the Ghetto David Morales 2022.
Right, facts. That's a good. Yeah, Pepas is an anthem. You know what I'm saying, for my people. Pepas is the anthem for my people. So before I sign off here, I gotta ask, what else do you have planned? Do you have another project in the works? More singles? Like, what do you kind of? Obviously, we got the new single coming out, but what else do you have kind of in the works as of right now?
We got the new record with David, playing Ultra Miami, of course, this month. Lots of shows in Europe this summer, but I think like the most dope thing that I'm working on right now is leveraging all the success that I'm like getting right now, and that everything is opening up. I'm basically purely leveraging my brand to get access to all these young, new, talented kids. There's so many talented producer and musicians out there, but they don't know the promo shit. They don't know the music industry shit. So I'm trying to get them in the spotlight. So that's like, for me, like Ultra Miami is going to be like the big announcement festival. And then my set is going to be 50% me and 50% what I think is going to be the next shit. And like, I want to present it. I want to present you Pepas before it comes out. And that makes you go like, wow, what is that? That's dope. That's my thing now. That's my passion.
Wow, I love that, man. And I love just being able to like grow with you and listening to your music for so long, and finally having this chance to sit down with you and kind of pick your brain and also get some gems. I feel like a lot of young producers in not just in dance music, but also in like in hip hop and other genres could take a lot of things that you said here today and really run with it and learn a lot from you. So I appreciate you. I appreciate everything that you've done for music. I appreciate everything that you've done for the young people out here. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't go unnoticed. And again, congratulations on the Grammy nomination. I will be rooting for you, and congratulations on opening up outside with all these festivals, man. I can't wait to see you here in America. I'm very excited for it.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy to be back.
Happy to be back, man. Until next time, Afrojack on the radar. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much.
Peace.